Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. A GM to everyone. A green morning. We're redefining GM. GM, that means green morning. Green morning. Green morning to everybody. Over the weekend, we had a sell-off yesterday where we recovered. And now today on Monday, the spookiest of all days to see a pump. We are seeing a pump. Bitcoin sitting at 115.7 thousand. Ethereum hovering, 3.7. XRP back to $3. We're seeing a little bit of bounce in this space, but is it a dead cat bounce? Honestly, there's a poll going, but the real answer is what's with all these animals? We've got hawkish, we've got dovish, we've got bulls, we've got bears, we've got cats. What else do we need? Kangaroo, the kangaroo market. What else do we have? What animals am I missing? Let's jump into some of this analysis. It's Monday, and so we are kicking the week off. CME opening. Ooh, it's not CME. CME opening. Not on this chart. CME opening. A little gap below. Let's turn our attention to that gap. You know what? I don't really feel like wearing these today. Was that weird? Was that weird? Would you guys be upset if I took these off? We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll put them back on. I don't really feel like wearing them. It's not a sunglasses mood today. Let the eyes out. Maybe. Let's start with this gap. Opening to a gap on Monday. Let's go. 113.5, the bottom of that gap today. 114.3, and we are heading right back up. Doesn't really seem like we have too many gaps above us. 117. I think that's going to actually line up with my analysis pretty well. Too well. Whoa, who is this dude? It's a Monday special. Make sure you smash the likes. Who is this guy? It's actually, I'm a guest host. Tom's on vacation. I'm his twin brother. Something like that. Smash the likes for the super spicy no sunglasses stream. I was debating on coming on without them. I just didn't feel like wearing them today. We'll see. CME directs our attention below us to 113.5, 114.3, and above at 117. And we're going to find this number. It's going to come back into play when we get into the Bitcoin analysis for the week. Monday pumps are spooky. We've seen a lot of these sell off, especially after kind of a bloody weekend. Not the most comfortable position to be in, but is that what the market wants us to think? Maybe. In the title of this video, Dead Cat Bounce. Do you think it's a dead cat bounce? Well, there's really no way to know. We never really know until we get there, but I do have a number that I think is very probable. So if you're looking for a short position this week, I think that's where we're gonna aim. That's where we're gonna take a look. We have lost the 20 daily at the end of July. We are now in August. We have found support at the 50 daily, which is actually more bullish than back here during this consolidation time. You can see we did actually find support, and maybe I didn't do my homework because I didn't see this, but we did actually find support back here in June. We failed to break that higher high. So are we in a dead cat bounce? If we're looking at just this pattern, it might fit the bill. The bill might be fit here. You know, we have pretty clean back test of 50, or test of 50, a bounce, and then we lost it. So where would we look? Well, I think the minimum area for this bounce is going to be around 117.3, lining up perfectly with our CME gap above. Remember, CME trades a little bit higher, currently at 116, spot at 115. That pretty much lines up. We have that 20 daily right here, 117.3. When we look at some other factors, some confluence here, take a peek. From our high to low, from 123,000 all-time high down to 112,000, our 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level sits exactly at 117.3. That's some nice confluence. We can see that the sell-offs inefficiency began right around 117.3. This is a good target. It's a good target. If we don't see any more follow through today, because we did go live and probably the rally stopped as soon as we went live. Maybe this is the high of the day Monday. I hope not. I hope not. We're chilling here, 115.7. That was a previous resistance, testing it now. I think we go a little bit higher at least today. 117.3 is my spot on target. That's where I think we're going this week minimum. If we can get past that level, the chance of this becoming a dead cat bounce diminishes. It gets lower, chart looks stronger. You really want to see follow through up into, really back into like the 120 area. What I like about this bounce is a few things. We got the 50 daily, we have some confluence on the horizontals. This is the previous all-time high, and what's kind of weird is Bitcoin in its previous bull runs didn't really do this. It would move up, pull back, but it would kind of find random support and continue moving. However, in this run, and we've all kind of acknowledged at this point that this run's a little different, we're seeing these clean back tests. Now, we can attribute this to maybe a different type of investor. We got the institutional, we got the sailors out there looking for lower volatility, kind of keeping the chart more compact. But it's kind of odd to me. We have back tested the previous all-time high from May, and we did the exact same thing actually multiple times this run. So we go back all the way into what month? April of last year. April of last year? This year. I'm losing track of time. And you will find that we did something almost the exact same back in April. At the low, it isn't as perfect as, you know, this back test of 112, but essentially setting an all-time high, breaking it, and coming back to tag that previous resistance as support. This isn't really what I know or what I've experienced in Bitcoin, but this is what we're seeing. And I think this is actually a pretty good signal that maybe we aren't looking for a dead cat bounce. Maybe we are looking for continuation and higher highs or all-time highs coming on the way. We go back again and we'll see that August of last year, similar scenario. While it wasn't an all-time high, that was the ETF high. We broke it into February of 24, set the all-time high, came back, tested it. So we have a really kind of unusually strong chart built for Bitcoin. We have 1, 2, now 3 breaks and back tests of previous highs. This is an incredibly strong market structure to build. These are laying the foundations, a strong foundation for continued upside. And if you go back and you look at the previous bull runs, you'll find none of this. You'll find none of it, like at all. From March 2020 all the way up, man, there was nothing. You took a little breather at the all-time high at 20K in November, and then it was just up. Yes, there were pullbacks, but those pullbacks really didn't bring us anywhere. They weren't clean. They weren't, you know, like technical. They were really just maybe profit taking. I'm not sure. It doesn't, just like not market made, right? Like look right here. We moved to 44, pulled back to 29. 29 really hadn't even been resistance. We kind of blasted through it. Kept moving all the way to all-time high, 65,000. Lost support, nothing, right? Nothing. We can say we retested that support in that summer and failed to really move after that, but very different behavior. Lots of inefficiency. Here's where the bullishness comes in. Lots of inefficiency. This was really like FOMO hype driven. And when you do that, you don't build support below you. If anything, you kind of build this dominoes effect where each buy is in profit. And as price falls, there was no time to really get out, get back in. People begin folding their hands. And as they fold, price moves down lower and it creates like a cascade. There's no support built. And I think that is a reason we saw such a downward, a kind of brutal bear market. Barely ever bouncing, just moving down until it found a bottom and then beginning its trudge back up. We are building something very different. I think that the narrative fits this. People are looking for this. This is, I will say at this point, especially if the low is in today and we go on to set all-time highs in August, this is nothing like the previous runs. If we have an all-time high Q4 and then we enter a bear market, the cycle remains intact, but nothing looks like this. It is so tight. The volatility is so low. The moves are complemented by clean pullbacks, clean support tests, and moves higher. It is something. It is something. I don't even know what to make of it. I got a little lost in the sauce there. Yeah, I'm a guest superstar here. I'm a guest star filling in for Tom. Just didn't feel like wearing my sunglasses today. I know it's probably spooky. For those of you who missed the beginning and were just listening to my rant, pretty strong confidence. We're gonna see 117.3. I don't know about today, but probably this week. Easily could be today. After the stream, after we like turn the stream off, maybe. We have a lot of confluence there. We have our fib. We have our CME gap. We have our 20 daily moving average, the logical place to be looking here after the 50 was tested. What do you think, boys? What do you think? Cross down. Cross down's not bad. Cross down above the cloud, not a big deal. Let's take a look here at the week and the month. I do want to do something else here in this episode. Give me a minute. Weekly. You go to the weekly and it's just more confluence, right? Weekly held support 117.3, lost it. Now what are you looking to do? You're looking to come back to that support tested as resistance. Boom, 117.3. Clean, clean, clean. I like it. I like it. I feel like I finally got sleep this weekend. Did anybody get any sleep this weekend? I don't think I got sleep like all this year, and then this weekend I feel like I did. Right here on the month, we are very, very close. 0.25%, not even 0.25% back to a green monthly candle for August. That number is 115.7, and interesting, that's basically where we are right now today at 115.5. Finding a little profit taking there, that makes sense. After such a tall top wick in July and this month selling off, new shorters or new bears, basically people who are shaken out of their longs, looking to take profit at that 115.7 level, looking to keep that market bearish. Man, we are so close. Retake 115.7. That's going to be a beautiful candle. And it starts to look a lot like some things we've seen before. Monthly. Momentum's getting a little sketchy there. Money flow sideways. RSI back and overbought. That's not good. I like it. I like that. Keep that monthly RSI overbought. Keep it overbought. Keep ripping the sells, boys. The sells, the buys. Quarterly candle still in great condition with a month, 2 months to go. Nothing to worry about there. We're going to check in on altcoins. I had an idea for a little segment that we could do. Give me a minute. We'll do that in just a little bit here. Back to momentum swinging low. RSI on the 12-hour showing some bullish divergence from its previous lows. We have that on the day. Yeah, kind of, not really. I wouldn't call it as much on the day. 4-hour. I think 4-hour signaling the bottom there. Local bottom at least. Double hit to oversold RSI on the 4-hour. What do we got? Lower low, little bull div on that 4. Crawling back up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. 2-hour rolling over. You can see that negative money flow, that selling pressure alleviating here as that money flow pulls back up with momentum reaching higher highs. Breaking through. Could be a spicy week ahead, man. Could be a spicy week. I think we got a spicy week. Beautiful. Beautiful. Green money flow, higher highs. Buttes. I'm going to set an alert here. Remember, 115.7. This is the monthly level. This is August is green above. Big, important pivot point right there. 115.7. All right. I got that alert set. Bitcoin will probably chill sideways as we are live now. When we end the live, we'll allow Bitcoin to run. Probably will wait for us. But in the meantime, we're going to look at Ethereum. We're going to look at a bunch of charts, actually. I had a cool idea. What if we looked at TradingView's top ideas, kind of like maybe once a week, maybe every once in a while. Looked at their top ideas for Bitcoin and kind of reviewed them. I think that'd be a cool idea. I didn't do this before. The stream. And man, is this guy stealing our level? 117.5, close enough. Let's see what his reasoning is. 702. What? That's not a 702 is not a fib. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, but where do people get these numbers? Bearish fair value gap. Nice. 117.2, and he's looking. All right, so he is looking for a dead cat bounce. This author. Looking for that move. Give me 1 sec. Looking for this. Not terrible. Looking for a move to here. Where's this bearish fair value gap that he said? This is like on the 4-hour. I don't really know about that. 16.9. He's looking for this. And then whatever kind of gibberish. And down to 1,097. So, could be. A little bearish take. If this is to be believed, what could you do? You could do this. Probably something like that. Get a 2-to-1. We did have, I just remembered. What was it? Last week, the week before? Someone asked where we could look for a short. I think it was 117.3 with the stop up here and here being the target. That short played. I'll have to go back and look, but that short definitely played. I didn't take it, and it was actually farther back. I think it was the 25th of July we placed it. Maybe 24th, 25th, something like that. I won't put it back on. I'll have to go check. That's what this author is looking. What do you guys think? I don't really get necessarily maybe all of this analysis that he's throwing on here. This is something that I notice when I look at other people's TA. It can take explanation. But I can agree up here, resistance at the 120 level. I can agree here, resistance at 117. So I think he's marked out his levels well. This 112, I don't like that he hasn't acknowledged that this was the previous high on this. I think that's important context. Just kind of throwing 072 bullish fib line. You're not even showing us where you're pulling the fibs from. Like, you know what I mean? You're kind of just maybe placing that line there. And also 702 is not a fib number. Who is this? Whose is this? Luigi24. Shout out to Luigi24. I think this will age well, at least in the fact, yes, of moving up to this level. That's that move we're looking for. I think it is very creator content-y to then extrapolate out and say, well, we're going to go to lower lows. I think that's a little too content-y. We have a little more bearish take here by 𝐂𝐴 Trader. Damn, 18K followers on Telegram or TradingView. 𝐂𝐴 Trader 97. Looking for a rejection much earlier here. She's already cooked in the sense of it went higher than she thought. She was looking at this as a channel. You know, I like this because I kind of get like just a little vibe of what other people are looking at. Let's take a cleaner chart here to do this though. We'll look at 𝐂𝐡𝐚, don't we? Just looking at a channel. Channel, cooked channel. There we go. Something like this. Something like that. Didn't quite play out. A little jump in the gun here at 14.7. 14.6. Right around here. She's looking for rejection there. No, it doesn't really take analysis here to say, well, you know, obviously that short didn't play that resistance well, especially if she was looking at the 4-hour time frame. But her downside target, 110.3. 110.3. I wonder why. 110.3. Here. What about there? I don't hate 110.3. Obviously, you know, we know what's going to happen. This was published before this, so we have a little more data into the future. I still don't think that is the entry. But if we were to take this same concept for now, I think you could do a tighter stop loss, 116.1. Look like this. You can get a higher risk to reward play. What do you think about that one? I don't love it. I have charts for eyes, eye charts. My eyes are actually charts. This is just AI. We're looking at the top trading view ideas today, just to get an idea of what's going on here. Here's someone who is a little more bullish. They were looking for the low to be in at 114, so obviously this got cooked. Master Ananda got a little cooked here, but not the worst. Let's be real. It only traded down to 12,000. They're looking for an entry at 14.2. Only traded 2% lower. Not that bad. And now back above the entry. I can't even get this to work. There we go. Something like that. About 2%, 1%. Why is it doing this? There we go. Looking for a rally back to 120s. This is not really a lot of analysis going on here. Master Ananda. This person has 144,000 followers on TradingView. I don't know. That seems not real. What do you think? I don't know. I've never heard of any of these people. Their analysis here, very simple. Maybe we have something to learn from that. Lower volume. That's it. That seems to be the analysis. Lower volume, and you bounced from here before. I'm not reading that. I like the enthusiasm. I like the bullishness, the optimism. 21 hours ago. Okay. All right. Back to 122, a little pullback. Ooh, I like that. On Coinbase on spot, looks like 120. I like this. 120, a nice clean number. It's almost a double top on the closes. Ooh, the music stopped. Hold up. We're doing a no sunglasses episode. Why? I don't know, man. I just feel like it. Just woke up and I was like, I don't feel like wearing them today. I love this mix. We'll mix it up. We'll get new music, but not today. This is one of the ideas from TradingView. Modified a little bit. I don't love it. Here's what we're looking for. Well, here's another one of them. Here's what we're looking for. I don't know. I'm looking for this move. Looking for the move to 117.3. If you're looking for a short, I think that's the place to take it. Stop above 120. Take profit likely down in the 110, 109-ish area. A lot of confluence here. This is honestly the only point of my analysis, or what I'm saying is, this move I think is very likely. 117.3 is just begging to be tapped. A lot of confluence there. It is the fill of the CME gap. It's our 20 daily moving average. It's our 0.5 fib. It's just everything. It's our weekly previous. It's like the immediate weekly level above us. I like it. Right there. What do you think? LTC? Brother, don't say anything. Don't jinx it. Nobody jinx it. Nobody jinx it. I'm watching. Don't worry. I'm watching it. Look at these. Some of these other ones. Look at some of these other ideas. Crazy bearish moves. This person deleted it, which I wasn't aware that you could even delete ideas. But this person was very wrong. This person has 15,000 followers on TradingView. Very wrong and deleted their. Oh, account suspended. Ooh, they didn't delete it. Okay, you can't delete it. Suspended. RIP. It's kind of cool. I like this. It gives you ideas. Look at what some other people are watching. Oh, it's the same person. Duh. This must be crypto savvy. You know what's interesting is you can see this guy. This is Mr. Martin 11. You can see that this guy marked out a resistance level. And then pretty much for no reason other than price was close to this when he published it, decided that that's where it was going to reverse. He was like, no, just down from here. Even though he marked out a resistance level. Looking at 10.5 as a popular level for a downside target of support. By the way, guys, I haven't even chilled anything. I haven't even talked about anything. If you could. No, not even if you could. Do it now. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Join our fam. Costs you nothing to hit that like button. Do it now. Let's hype it up. It's Monday. I'm not wearing any sunglasses. That's enough. Price currently interacting with that August open. I might have jinxed it. I said this could be today's high. I'm looking for higher throughout the week. Smash that like button. Subscribe. What else we got? Join the Discord. Discord.gg/TomCrown. Update you guys on my trades, and then we'll get into some charts. We'll get into some alts, right? Some of those trades got nuked. Some of them looking pretty good. Trading on BYDFI is logging. No KYC. Stay out of your business. You can sign up there. But I've been partnered with BYDFI for, I actually don't know how long now. Feels like a year. It might not have been a year. But for many, many months. And my only complaint throughout the entire time, my only complaint about their exchange is that it logs me out all the time. It constantly logs me out. That's it. They do it for safety. What the? That's it though. Liquidity, trades, everything been great. Every time I'm looking for a pair, they got it. Perps on everything. But it logs me out constantly. too safe. Too much safety. I like to live life a little bit more dangerously. All right, is this gonna work? Yeah. There we go. I got it. There's something wrong with my browser. I'm actually going to talk to them about it. Why? It might just be using Brave browser, even though I have Brave like disabled for this. Just constantly logs me out, and then sometimes I'll log in and it'll bounce me back to the login page. All right, let's check out these trades. BYDFI, Doge filled at 20 cents since the last stream. Currently up 30%. You can see the XRP long is gone. It got stopped out. Traded below like 95 cents. Got stopped out for a loss. Flare still open, 67% up. These were all taken live, by the way. PEGNU up 100%. We got a little winner. We sniped very low to the bottom there. Let's go. Nice, nice. All of these taken live, all of these shown live. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Higher high, higher low. PEGNU, I think PEGNU could be looking for 40 cents. Maybe retest last month's high. You know, I can pull these up. Pull them up. Not pull them up. FLR. This one, I feel like I should have closed a while ago, but I've just kept open. Broke our lower double bottom here, now heading back up, back in profit. Guess I'm glad I didn't close it, but at the same time, it's just taking longer than I thought it would. And sometimes I feel like if you're in profit, trade's taking a little bit longer than you think it will. Sometimes you gotta cut them occasionally. Doge trade down to 19 cents. Blasted through our support. Kind of a similar setup here. You got a little double bottom type price action off the bounce. I'm not a huge believer in the double bottom. Double bottoms don't typically bring you to all-time highs. I feel like double bottoms typically bring you to lower highs. Let's take a look at it this way. Doge, our entry was a little early. Maybe I'll look to bail at like 24 cents on that one. Let's check out the PEGNU. Okay. Son of a bitch. There we go. There it is. Placed live, taken live. Back to the daily double top, 4.3 cents. Looking for a 32% gain. So far, so good. I'm liking that. Money flow coming out, momentum. Actually, this looks very good. This is a nice setup. This is a great trade. Anybody take this one? Anybody take the Doge trade, the Flare trade, the PEGNU trade, any of these? Let me know. Let me know how they're going. Look at Ethereum. Look at Sol. Look at XRP. XRP, yeah, see, I got wrecked. We changed the stop to up here, or I did, while we were live. So I got stopped early. Someone could have held on to that, but that wasn't a good trade to hold on to. So I got Litecoin quick. Then we'll get to the big ones. And when I say let's do this, it's just because I want to look at it quick. Litecoin, so Litecoin's dollar value looking all right. I mean, in better condition than many, back to kind of July's highs here. It doesn't look that crazy, but what drives this chart home for me right now, and I have said this before, so take this with a grain of salt. The Bitcoin pair, while it's in the trash over the last many, many years, we do have a nice little setup here on the day. This is not too bad, not too shabby. Today, Litecoin not gaining a ton in the dollar pair, but really putting on significant or meaningful gains against Bitcoin. Up 7% today against Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin is basically down, or not down, only up slightly. But the more important part of this is right here. Breaking July's high. Wonderful thing to see. Litecoin hit a bottom local or macro, fingers crossed macro. failed to break May's high against Bitcoin. This is where this kind of macro change comes in. See, lower high here after potentially bottoming, sold off, found a higher low around 900 sats, and now breaking July's high, setting this up for a very spicy inverse head and shoulders pattern, I would call it. Honestly, inverse head and shoulders is a good way to put it. You know, right shoulder, head, left, you know, whatever. The dong. Got the dong. Right? The dong. Doesn't matter what you call this pattern, it is a strong pattern. I've learned my lesson saying, you know, this time it was going to go to all-time highs or something, whatever. We've seen it be strong before, but this is kind of unique with the higher low and the break of the high. You can call this a cup and handle, call it inverse head and shoulders, whatever it is though. This is an uptrend. It has begun uptrending from this all-time low. Whether or not this heads back to whatever session highs, yearly highs, multi-yearly highs, who knows? But if it's going to do that, it's going to start this way, and I really, really like this setup. If you go back and look, Litecoin has had some pretty strong setups against Bitcoin in the past, but none of them really look like this. It's interesting. The last time I would say that it kind of did, that I see, maybe back here, maybe here, right? That brought it to, you know, not back to all-time highs, but certainly a strong friggin' rally, 2.5x. No guarantees on that, but I do like what I'm seeing here. Everybody on the Litecoin train, I'm sure, having a sigh of relief with me today. Let me look for kind of an immediate upside target, and then we'll move on to the more popular, to the more in-demand coins. Gotta love it, man. 13.6. About a 30% gain on the week here. 786 retracement. Good target. The monthly says no. You're not aiming high enough. 15. Gotta be a 50% gain. Weekly here. Monthly there. And then they're not there when I go back to the chart, of course. Let's look here. Let's look here first before we get too excited. About 1,200 sats, 20% gain against Bitcoin. I like that. I like this here. Hopefully we can go higher. Maybe that's a slower trip, right? Maybe it's a move back to 1,000 sats. Look at this. Guys, this is the lesson. We all learned this in crypto at some point. You don't really get a choice. Don't marry your bags. I married my bags, and I still like Litecoin, right? It was always about the concept for me. I assumed that would mean that it did well over time, but I still like Litecoin. That hasn't changed. I don't know. That's weird. Still like Litecoin, but don't marry your bags, guys. Get your profits into Bitcoin. Do not hold them down forever. Look at this. This is the full history, I believe, of Litecoin. 0.5. So that is actually a number that Ethereum was at against Bitcoin. SBTC was 0.05 a year ago, 2 years ago. All the way down to 0.001. Don't marry your bags. Don't hold them forever. Don't hold them forever. Take profits, get your principal out, de-risk, and then, you know, you can keep what you have left. I wish I would have learned that earlier. I assume these things would go back to all-time highs, you know? I'm a fool. What's up, John? How you doing? Litecoin just exists to transfer it to Monero. Well, I like Monero too. Litecoin and Monero are like kind of equal for me. They're basically the same thing. Monero, just a little bit more anonymous. More anon. Dollar maybe rejecting. I'm gonna go into Ethereum. What's interesting is Ethereum. Ooh, it didn't break. Wow. Ethereum didn't break against Bitcoin. It hit pretty much our exact target, 033. 033. It hit 033. Looked really ugly, though could still be painting head and shoulders or something. But so far held the low. That's actually looking good. Looking for a retest, I would say, of that local high. Holding on to its strength. If it loses 0.03, I think we're going to be taking that trip back down to 0.25. I've kind of been speculating that this would happen. That basically we would see Ethereum rally to 0.33 against Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance would fall in that time. That's exactly what we saw. Bitcoin dominance fell to the exact level we were looking for, 60.6%. It fell. Ethereum found resistance and chilled out. And so the next step of this was the retracement. It doesn't have to go to 0.25, but I think that makes sense. There's retracement to 0.25 while Bitcoin rallies back up, let's say 64.3. Here will be the most important rally of this cycle probably for it. Does it break through and continue to all-time highs, looking for that blow off top like we've been kind of predicting over the last, I have no idea at this point, months, years? Or does it reverse here? Does it find support at 0.25 Ethereum? Bitcoin dominance sees a lower high, and then Bitcoin dominance begins alt season. It begins its real retracement, its real sell-off. I don't know. I don't know the future. I wish I did. Sometimes we're good at catching the future. Sometimes we're not. This would make sense. There's, of course, the scenario where none of that really happens, and Ethereum just rips up to 0.05, and that begins said alt season pretty much immediately. Ethereum goes to 0.05, alt season begins. Bitcoin dominance dumps, breaks last month's low at 60.6, and ushers in probably the hype fueled blow off top. Let's look at the dollar pair. Dollar pair sketching me out a little bit. I don't love that Ethereum has again rejected from 4K. This is all I can remember about Ethereum now, is that it's rejected from 4K every time, pretty much. I'm not bearish on Ethereum. I remain bullish ever since April. Not bearish. I will say there is an argument for a short-term bearishness against Bitcoin. It can still go up in dollar value if Bitcoin keeps running, but there is an argument for a shorter-term bearishness comparatively. Man, could it be any sketchier? Could that be any sketchier, bro? Made it back to your top trend. Broke out just like you did last year in December. Right back below it. You know, this is spooky. I don't like that. I don't want to look at it. Yeah, it's right here, man. Ethereum probably at its most important pivot. I think if it retests 4K, if it retests this line up here, so March 24's high, it's like 4,100. If it retests that, I have full confidence it's blasting. It's blasting through it. So far, this isn't too bad. This could still be a higher low. Man, it's not what you want to see, though. At that descending trend, right around that 4,000, right around resistance, after you broke your market structure. It was interesting, actually. This kind of looks like, this is on the day, this kind of looks like the same as the week. You have the high, slightly higher high, but then you break your structure and you bounce. Check this out. Your high, it's like a slightly higher high, and you break your market structure and you bounce. It's like a big fractal. What Ethereum does have in its corner is, even if it did reject here, TBD. Even if it did reject from this level again, it has tested it so many times. This would be the 4th time on major time frames. That resistance is weakening each time, and it's weakening in a meaningful manner on these big time frames. The worst case scenario I think Ethereum has ahead of it is 2,500 and then back up. This is worst case. That would create a really bonkers looking chart, right? One more higher low. You have this huge V shape, flat top. That'd be crazy. This does look like one giant flag though. I think Ethereum breaks its high against dollars this cycle. Solana. Stop this out just to be a dick. Good job, Solana. I think this trade is still in the right direction though, looking to move back to 190. Rejected, fall, higher low, back to 190. I still think that's right on track. What's interesting to me, Solana versus Ethereum, potentially losing the structure it's built, potentially giving up on the, at least in the short term, on that path to half of Ethereum's valuation, or maybe even the whole flippening. Really not showing any strength whatsoever since April, since Ethereum bottomed. Ethereum hit its low against Bitcoin at our predicted 0.17018. I think it was like $1,400 USD. And since then, Solana has been unable to gain against it, despite, I don't know, really since the beginning of the bull run, January of 23, gaining very consistently, giving us these big levels up here. It's interesting to me. I didn't expect this. Maybe this resolves, maybe, this just starts going back up, right? That's very possible. Very possible. Just starts heading back up. Kind of ends up looking something like this. But if it loses much more ground, comes back to early this year lows, maybe it's off the table, at least for this cycle. What do you guys think? Will Solana reach 0.5? Solana, I'm going to put a new poll. Will reach of Ethereum. Curious. There we go. Will Solana reach 0.5? Our 0.5 level, I know you can't see it here. I don't know what happened to this chart. But from its previous high to its bear market low, our 1618 sits at 0.5. So half of Ethereum's market cap. The measured move target, the 2 extension, is so close to 1. It is so close. That would be the flippening. So here's what the poll is. Are we going to see it move towards 0.5? Do some people think it's going to break and head towards that flippening? Or do you think the top's in and it's going to continue down? Solana versus Ethereum. Nothing to do with dollar values. It doesn't matter if crypto could go into a bear market right now. All USD could go down. All the USD values could go down. And that wouldn't impact this. Wouldn't impact that poll. They could both go down 90% in dollars, and either one of those or all of those outcomes could still happen. I want to know what you guys think. Solana lower high is not convincing me of its strength yet against Bitcoin. Still looking for this move. Maybe I remain too bearish. I think if this is going to happen, I think it happens in the time frame when Ethereum BTC breaks down towards 0.025. When dominance rallies, potentially blow off top, hits its high of the cycle, etc. A lot of moving pieces going on. I want to look at XRP quick. I know I haven't really read the chat yet. I'm not avoiding you guys, but I imagine there's a lot of comments about who is this guy? What's this guy doing? This guy has eyes. I'm not used to seeing eyes on this channel. XRP broke. It stopped us out. Where are we at? Still green for the month, so still up against Bitcoin for the month. That's not a bad start. Not a bad sign. $3. I think this is the major level. We broke under it here, but closing the month back above it, I think everything's kind of fine. That's an annoying little. I had my stop exactly at this weekly level, exactly at 294. I'm a chump. Though I would have gotten liquidated if I didn't have a stop, so I'll take it. That's what stop losses are for. I still think this trade is right. If we see maybe this weekly sell off or this monthly, we see a return to 294, that's probably the entry. Could even happen this week. Perfect. Good. Let's check it out against Bitcoin. Quarterly, still an amazing condition. Bullish engulfing last quarter against BTC. Green monthly candle, as we just said. Still gaining higher low there. I don't love that multiple tests down here as support, but you're moving away from it, so that's okay for now. Retesting 1900 sats, I think, is a very bearish outcome for this, but I don't see that happening quite yet. So, all right, retook support, broken support, broke through resistance. The minute we went live, isn't that funny? The minute we went live, pretty much. It wasn't the minute we went live. It was the minute the live countdown ended. This exact point, 115.6, hit, and we have only moved down since. It's not a very strong rejection. I like these closer candles. This candle's showing some strength, a little bit of loss of downside momentum. I don't hate it. Not a lot of votes in that poll. I know it's kind of like an it's a very niche question. People are looking at the 0.5 though. That's not bad. I actually have a better poll. The Tom Crown effect. What's up, bro? ADA looks bullish. Let's say I'm gonna do this a little less niche. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Sol, and XRP. Which coin will perform best this month? Really, actually curious what you guys think here. Let's see. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Sol, XRP. For all we know, it might be someone else. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Could be. Damn, that is kind of a gnarly SR flip, though. What's up, Lucky Thoughts? What's up, bros? Circle, PEGNU, Circle, PEGNU, Karat. What's up, Relaxing Meditation? What's up, D-Lo? What's up, boys? Wow. Nice. A little quick update here on Circle IPO. Lower high, lower low, now downtrending for the first time. Interesting take here. We had a trade, and I remember talking about cutting it early and saying, yeah, this has only moved up. Now I get the desired for this, but I said, I think you want to cut this long, somewhere in the 0.5 to 618. That aged really well. Yes, it went higher. That aged really well here with the break of the low. This was a nice little in and out scalp. You've lost support now after rejecting from a high. There's going to be downward pressure on this chart now. New downward pressure. What's interesting is we are now about 60 days out. I don't know the rules on stock IPOs, but I know that there are like kind of like lockup or freeze periods. I would guess that those are 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. Interesting, we're just over 90 days or 60 days out. And now we've begun kind of this downtrend. Of course, this doesn't mean it will never go up again, right? Doesn't mean it'll never go up again. But maybe you're looking at something like this, right? You're looking at a falling pattern. Maybe something brings you down, fills your little gap, about 125, and then break. I can see that. I'm going to put an alert at 143. Back to the corn. Bonk is dipping. What's up, your boy Drizzy? What's up, Drizzy? Bob Saget. Julie. How are you, Julie? Philly Skills, my guy. What's up, K-Jam? Who else is here? Blue Mountain Fire. Curb Shifter. Darun Dal. Darius Das Peach, my boy. Dylan K. Du Tang. Gary C. Jamaican Adventurers. Bad Baptist. What's up, brother? I messaged you back about meeting up. By the way, if you go to joincrowncrypto.com, I never show my stuff enough. I'm just bad at business. If you go to joincrowncrypto.com, yes, that is me. No, it's not. Though we do have the same color eyes. If you go to joincrowncrypto.com, this is our premium group course. But the real value is, while the numbers are low, I'm offering some of my time every month for every single subscriber. So if you sign up, it's not cheap. My time ain't cheap, baby. If you sign up, you will get one-on-one time with me every month that you are active while supplies last, while there's hours in the day for me to offer this without going insane. So sign up. If you're looking to invest in yourself, there is nothing that will help you get to where you want to be in trading faster than one-on-one time, being able to ask questions. You can Google questions, but I promise you, when it comes to trading, Googling questions will get you shit answers. You'll only be sold bills. You'll just be sold stuff. Anytime you try to learn about trading online, you're just sold stuff. It's sad. I say while trying to sell you our course. I realize the irony in that. I realize that. But, in my defense, hold up. In my defense, and I do have a defense here. In my defense, we do have a completely free trading course, and nothing's for sale. I mean, maybe it talks about 𝐒𝐴LFGCrownFam in some of these, but nothing's for sale here. It doesn't talk about the course, doesn't talk about anything, doesn't talk about signing up for shit. We have a full free course, so that balances out. Balances it out. Nothing's for sale on this. But while supplies last, check it out. Eternal G. I think I missed you. Who else? Lucky Thoughts, 𝐂𝐿, Nirvana, Philly Skills, Red Dead, Dova, Relax Meditation Channel, Pickle, Thero B Slide, Tillin Up and Run, VV Pooski, YB, your boy Drizzy, your owner, K-Jam. Quieter day today. What are you guys looking at? What are we watching? What are we watching today? Get rid of this. We're watching Tom Crown. That's right. Make sure you've liked and subscribed. Trading on BYDFI. What are you guys watching? You can ask all your questions to ChatGPT. Your armpits got you sold. Free pit, baby. Free pit. ChatGPT is a newer resource when it comes to trading. Certainly would be, ChatGPT could probably define things for you really well. Probably can define lingo, terminology, but ChatGPT is not going to give you, it doesn't have an understanding of trading. ChatGPT is a notoriously awful trader. Notoriously. It's a language model. It's not a quant model. It's a language model. It's good at talking. Good at explaining. You'll find what you want if you ask AI. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, that is a topic for another day. I've ranted about it before. AI is just making people stupider, for sure. But all it does is tells you you're right. It tells you what you want to hear in a really convincing way. That's all it does. And I say like I think it's making people stupider. It's because people don't realize that. And they just get their biases confirmed, and they're like, I knew I was right about something they were very wrong about. Anyway, Tom has eyes. I don't know, man. Maybe. Who said that? I just didn't feel like wearing the sunglasses today. Feel it out. Feel the vibe. What's up, Joshua? Thought they knew what these whales do. What's up, Messi? You built an indicator with session, volume profile, fib, order block. Any thoughts? Those are all great tools. That's my thoughts. GPS made people stupider also. True. No, for sure. I don't know how to get anywhere without a GPS now. I agree. But I think you need to understand, like, you do understand, but for everyone else, I think everyone else has to kind of grapple with, or kind of put into their equation here of GPS was just about finding a location. You can now ask ChatGPT, I don't know, like anything. It's like GPS for everything. It's like, I don't know, should I tell my friend I hate them? You know, like for like social interactions, for like personal thoughts. People are using it for mental health. They're using it in place of like a therapist. And I get it. It's impossible, you know, healthcare, I get it in the US. But like, it is so much broader, whereas GPS was so specific. AI is the future. It's not going anywhere. Don't think I'm saying that's going somewhere or that we'll get rid of it or whatever. No. But man, it's making people stupider. KJM, ChatGPT, yes, it can give you advice on charts, but I'm telling you, it's really bad. It's really bad at it. It's very bad at it. Again, ChatGPT is awesome at sounding right, remember? It's really good at sounding correct. It's not so good at being correct, especially when it comes to any kind of expertise, any kind of analysis. There are likely AIs that are good at it, but ChatGPT is a language model. It is not a quantitative model. It's not doing numbers, right? It's just like kind of searching for the next word. It's looking for the most correct next word. And that typically is not the way we trade, right? Typically. Do you ever go back and watch old streams when Bitcoin was 10K for nostalgia? Sometimes, rarely. He always tells you made a great point. Exactly. Hold on, Grok, is this true? Ask Grok if that's true. Can polish your emails or text messages? Hell yeah, it is great at that. That should be built into everything. Why are we still using autocorrect on iPhones? Apple, take this idea, run with it. Why do we have autocorrect on iPhones or on Androids, whatever? Why is it not AI? Why is it not a language model? Why can I type in a word and like spell it wrong or whatever and like it not figured out? AI would figure it out in a second. Like you ask ChatGPT to just fix the word, it would almost, it would kill it with that. Why are we using autocorrect? It's stupid. AI messed your food order up. Dude, I've asked AI, every time that I've asked AI anything about a topic that I really know about, its answer, it made me kind of put all of its other answers in context. And this is also something that kind of a similar feeling I had when you heard me complain about Elon Musk in the past. When he talks about topics that I know about, it reveals kind of this curtain where it's like the curtain is pulled back. Because the normal time when he's talking, I'm just like, yes, yeah, you're smart. You're a smart guy. You know, yeah, you're probably right about that, you know? But then when he talks about something I know about in depth as like an expert, it's like, holy shit, you have no idea what you're talking about. Like at all. And you're just kind of like using words and stuff. And that's what AI does. It does it really well. But when you know about a complex topic, like ask it for like, to like come up with recipes or something even, you know, like it doesn't even matter what your expertise is. You will find these big plot holes. Like it'll just like fill it in and you're like, but that doesn't work. I remember one time, I think I asked it about like baking something and I was like, oh, that's right. And then I asked my friend who's a baker and they're like, dude, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you do that? They're like, most of it sounds right. Most of it's right. But then it's like here, it's like telling you to use like 10 times the amount of baking soda or something. It's like, this wouldn't work. It would just like not bake. I don't know. I digress. You don't want it built in? Why not? Why wouldn't we want it built in? I mean, you already got it built in. I hate to say it. I'm sure it's already built in. Describing the Gell-Mann amnesia effect. What's that? No sarcasm font. That's a good question. You look great without glasses. Thank you, Triple V. Appreciate you, bro. Just decided not to wear them, dude. I'm old enough to remember when you had to memorize phone numbers. Same. Who here remembers their first phone number? I still remember mine. Even though that number is like not, I don't know, maybe it's still in service, but I remember my first landline number when I was a kid. Is it cheating if your other girlfriend's ChatGPT? No. Dude, women are using ChatGPT for relationship advice? That's a terrible idea. Won't make a comment on the glasses are not here for making money. Fuck yeah, bud. Good to see you. Good to see you, friends. I just didn't feel like it. I just woke up and was like, I don't feel like wearing them today. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get feedback. Do we like it? Do we not like it? Is what it is. August 5th buy-ins repeating. Could be. Could very well be. Gel amnesia effect is when you see media get something wrong. Kind of. So like, I get where you're going with that, Curb, but I would say that that isn't the effect. It is in the right direction, but it's not the effect because I was talking about ChatGPT and how ChatGPT, it sounds right, and how usually when it puts something out, it sounds right. And I originally was like, oh, it knows what it's talking about. And then every time I ask it about something I know, it's like, oh no, you don't know what you're talking about. So clearly you don't know what you're talking about on like all these topics. You just sound right. And that's what I said about Elon Musk too. So the only reason, it's like in the right direction, but it's not the same, because that would mean for that to be the case, I would then go on and believe ChatGPT for everything, you know, for everything else, which I was saying is the reason you should be skeptical of everything it says, kind of outside of language, you know, pretty language, writing songs, rhymes, autocorrect, you know, those different things. Who is this stranger talking? I don't know, buddy. The future is meow. It is. 1-800-676 for Scott. I don't remember that. I don't remember that. Maybe I wasn't old enough. Maybe I'm too old. I don't know. What like, first time you see me without glasses? Yeah, I have them on usually. Just didn't feel like it today. Mixed it up. Articulate, not intelligent. Good way to put it. I like that. So many people sound right. Oh God, that's like our plague now, and it's just amplified by AI. It's our plague in our society. Being right is becoming less and less relevant for many reasons. The factors aren't important. Sounding right is becoming more and more important, but its literal importance, like its value, is the same. Bearish div. Bearish divergence. Time and temperature, I don't know what it is. Insults you between the lines, YB? Probably. Tell me I have pretty eyes, thank you. I do. You can't even see them. I'm trying to like... Got blue eyes. Pretty, I don't know. Blue, yes. I got like dark blue eyes though. Maybe when my hair goes all white, I'll have like light blue eyes like my dad did. Man, the market really paused. Bitcoin literally waiting for me to end the stream. You know it is. It does every time. We had a bunch of new subscribers. Also kind of wanted to... Oh, Jimmy G, I'm sorry, man. You look at net stock. It's because you tipped $9.99. If you tip $10, it will like read it and I'll hear it. Oops. I'll do that for him. Maybe I'll do that for him after the live. I kind of want to get a little data too by taking the sunglasses off. I wanted to see if maybe, you know, there's more new viewers, maybe there's more subscribers, maybe there's less, you know, I don't know. Cloudflare. That's spicy. I have not heard anyone talk about this chart. Kind of crazy. 221 all-time high, $37.22. Now back to 209. This is not a bad chart, brother. Macro target 663 if it breaks all-time high. Local targets, obviously the all-time high looks very likely. You're very close. Say like 270. I'll finish this for him later. Interesting chart. Interesting chart. I don't even know if he's still watching because that was a while ago. Yeah, I want to see if maybe we get more subscribers, less subscribers, more interaction, less interaction. Double check, make sure you've liked and subscribed. It's very important. Very important. It's a quiet day. It's a quiet day. Someone on Twitter said they took the PEGNU trade. Nice. Well done. Almost 200K. Yeah, we are. 180.8 thousand subscribers. Pretty wild. Why is it so quiet? I guess it's a good thing. It's a good thing it's quiet because Bitcoin is going up again. It's creeping up. Check this out. Look at that. What's up, Alita? I don't even know where you subscribe from. I don't know what platform that is, but welcome. Welcome, Alita. Doesn't say. Look at this. Rocket ship. Rocket ship, baby. Started streaming in 2019. In July. No. August. We'll say right here. 6 years ago. August 2019. We had 2,700 subscribers. What's really crazy, I know I'm just nerding out. What's really crazy is we broke 100,000 last year in March. So we hit 100,000 in March of last year. It's April, May, June. So 15 months ago. It took 5 years or something to get to 100K. Now it's been 15 months and we've doubled. We've gained 90K, basically 80K since then. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. What time is it? 2:15? Man, it's kind of a cool episode. No shades. Went over some interesting scenarios. Pretty good. Pretty good. Dominance. Ooh, I didn't see this total right back to that previous high. Sucks that we lost it. What is also kind of interesting is dominance didn't backtest. Didn't backtest 3.5 trillion. I wonder if Bitcoin reverses here. Bitcoin dominance moves up, alts lose more, total hits 3.5, and then the bounce. It's like right here, maybe 3.5 trillion. It's interesting, especially where it's at right here, just like right back to that high. Now it's kind of frozen. Bitcoin right at August's open touched it perfectly, like during the stream. 15.7, 115.7. This is the pivot. 300 votes. 38% of us looking for Ethereum with the stronger month. I don't think that's a bad bet. I think that Ethereum. I think that's a good bet. It's a decent bet. XRP is not a bad. Honestly, all of these are a pretty good bet. Really, what you're betting on is dominance going to rally? Is it going to continue rallying this month or not? If it is, then Bitcoin's the answer. If you think dominance is not going to continue rallying this month, you think it's going to go down, you have ETH, and XRP on it. So far, I would say the weakest pick, and it's not a bad pick though. The weakest pick I think is SOL right now, only because SOL hasn't really put on ground against Bitcoin and its pair, and it's losing ground against Ethereum and its pair. And because Ethereum is one of the choices, I think that makes SOL the weakest pick for now. Doesn't mean that SOL can't be the biggest gainer. Things can change. But that's my opinion. That's how I see it. Is it me or the volume is low? Probably. I don't know. Probably. It might not just be you. It might be everything. Anyway. I'm getting antsy. This was a great episode. I love you guys. I'm happy you tuned in. I'm glad you're here. Each and every one of you personally. I say that looking into the camera so you can trust me. You can see my eyes. Make sure you subscribed. You've hit the like button. We're going to be live again on Wednesday at the latest. If you missed today's intro, there's a lot of good. There's a lot of alpha there. Still looking for this kind of move. I hope that we will see above 117.3. I think we'll break through it. Hope we break through it. Keep going. But I think this is a pretty decent way to look at the chart. Shorts, potentially 17.3. If you're feeling antsy, you're feeling bearish, you already have longs open, maybe you can look to even open at today's high. We went a lot more in depth with this. We have a lot more alpha. Go back and watch it after the live. We will be live Wednesday at the latest. We could be live later tonight or tomorrow if things get very spicy. We are always live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here. Jump in the Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. Check out joincrowncrypto.com if you're looking for one-on-one mentoring, and come trade with me on BYDFI. No restrictions, no KYC, lots of big bonuses for signing up, for depositing, and I'll catch you guys soon. Appreciate it.